let me get on here and talk to the fam while I make breakfast for the kids. My husband's at work this morning. Most of the kids are still asleep. Usually, out of the kids, it's usually Sophia and Noelle that usually get up first. They're usually always the first two up. And mostly it's usually Sophia that's up first. Excited to get on here and show you guys how I doctor up my pancake mix, since I did mention it in my last, I believe it was my last grocery haul video, how I mentioned how I doctor up the Krusteaz pancake mix. So I'm just gonna use the rest of this in the bowl and show you guys what I do. So how many of you are bored of being in the house already? Me? Yeah, I'm over it already. I know it's for the best. I'm not going nowhere, but it is I'm kind of over it now. You know what? And it's not like I really go anywhere anyway. I think you know how it is. It's like when you know you can't do something, you want to do it. Because for the most part, I'm really a homebody person, with the exception of, during the week, I usually take the kids to school, pick the kids up from school. But there's the options that if I wanted to have options, I don't. Like, at least once a week or once every other week, I take the kids after school for a snack. Like, we'll either go to Sonic. I like taking the kids to Starbucks when they have their little specials to get Starbucks. We do Yogurt Land. It's like all of our little extracurricular activities have all been just cut out. So that's what I mean by I'm a little bit over it. If I wanted to just walk around the mall just to get out of the house, can't do that. Our malls are shut down. I am over staying in the house. Oh yeah, and I wanted to say thank you guys for everybody that left a recommendation for a good movie for me to watch. Thank you. A lot of them I've already seen. Like, I've seen the Madam C.J. Walker story, which is called Self-Made. I've seen that. I've seen Harriet 3 times. I saw that in the movies, and then when it came out on DVD, I rented it and watched it twice. I've seen it was a lot of the movies that you guys have mentioned that I've seen, but then there were some good ones. There were some that I haven't seen. The one, Beethoven. I forgot about Beethoven. That's an awesome movie for the kids. I wonder if it's on Disney Plus, because I haven't checked yet. But so here I just have, so what I use to doctor up my pancakes are, of course, the pancake mix. I have 2 eggs, lots of butter. This is about 2 sticks of butter because I have to make a lot of pancakes. So I have 2 sticks of butter. I have some vanilla extract. I have milk. And I also have some brown sugar. Even this says just add water, but I can't just add water to my pancakes. I have to add milk. And I find that when I add the milk to it, the pancakes come out so much more fluffier and very tasteful. It seems like with just the water, the pancakes are very bland. So let me get a measuring cup so I can add some more pancake mix into my bowl. I'll be right back. So I don't have a measuring. I just add what I think is enough. And usually, for the most part, when I make pancakes, I usually always have leftover pancakes, at least a few left over. And what I like to do when there's leftover pancakes is I'll put them in a freezer bag and just stick them in the freezer, so if any of the kids want some the next day, they can eat them for breakfast. Or sometimes I just leave them on the counter on a plate. I think I'm gonna add another a little bit more. Or sometimes I'll just leave them on the plate on the counter and the kids will eat them throughout the day. I need a bowl so I can melt my butter in. So I'm just gonna put the butter in here. Because instead of me adding butter on top of my pancakes, I like to add the butter inside of the pancake mix. So while my butter's melting, I'm going to show you guys the rest. So here's my brown sugar. And like I said, y'all, I pretty much just eye it. Get a spoon. So if I were to guess, brown sugar, I'm gonna say I probably put like two tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of the brown sugar. So I like to start adding my milk. And I just keep adding and stirring at the same time. Until I get it to the consistency that I like it. See, and like I can tell because it's a little bit too thick, I can tell I need to add more milk. Oh, and I'm also, to top our pancakes, you guys, I'm making a blueberry compote. I'll show you. I have that on the stove right now, so I'll show you guys that in just a sec. I already got the blueberries going. So now this is the consistency that I like it. So I'm gonna stop mixing. I'm gonna add my eggs and my butter. And once again, this is about 2 cups of butter. Go on and add my vanilla. Vanilla, I would say I add about 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. I actually need some more of this. It's fairly low. So that's my eggs. This same mixture that I'm doing for the pancakes is the same mixture that I like to use when we do our chicken and waffles. One thing I can say, since we've been on this quarantine, me and my husband have been cooking a lot. Mostly, he's at work today, but he's mostly been making the breakfast. And I've been doing the dinner. But yesterday he made us sausage, smothered potatoes, and eggs and grits. Oh, it was good, you guys. And then let me see. Over the weekend, we've had chicken and waffles. I did do breakfast once over the weekend. I made breakfast burritos. I made some potatoes. I put bacon, cheese, and we had eggs. So I did, oh, and then we had donuts on the side. So we have been eating a lot. So since he's at work today, breakfast is on me this morning. So I'm gonna feed the kids breakfast, and then Caleb's got he's got a video chat with his classroom today. So this is about the consistency that I like my pancake mix, you guys. I like it to just flow. If you have to add more milk, then you can't, because I don't want it too runny. So to me, this is the perfect consistency, just like this. So this is ready. I will take this measuring cup out of here because I like to use a measuring cup to scoop my pancake mix onto my griddle. Okay, and here's my blueberry compote. You're just gonna keep these on until they thicken up. So right now they're not ready because they need to just, see how that juice in here, see how the juice is kind of runny? You wanna cook these until your juice is nice and thick. And the blueberries that I'm using are the wild Burrell blueberries. And I picked up these from Trader Joe's. You can use just regular blueberries too. I've made this compote using both fresh blueberries and frozen blueberries. And it turns out the same. So it's just whatever you prefer. I like having the frozen blueberries because they last a little bit longer and you always will have them on hand. You just buy them and stick them in the freezer. Whereas the fresh blueberries, you're gonna have to use them within a matter of days because they'll go bad. So, but anyway, I usually like to put the blueberries on first, especially if they're frozen. So that way they can be cooking and thickening up while I'm preparing the pancakes. So let's get to these pancakes, y'all. So my blueberry compote is finished. And this is the consistency that you want it to be when you see how it's nice and thick. That's the consistency that you want your blueberry compote to be. To where it's no longer, it's not runny anymore. That's how you want it to be, nice and thick. Also, I did add in about I'm going to say I added in about a tablespoon of powdered sugar just to give it some sweetness. Now you don't have to add in the powdered sugar if you don't want to, but I add in the powdered sugar because a lot of times the frozen blueberries tend to be very tart. So that's why I added in just a tablespoon of powdered sugar just to lightly sweeten them. You don't want them really sweet. At least we don't. I don't make mine really sweet, and that's because you're going to use the syrup too. And I know for some of the kids, all of the kids don't like the blueberry compote, just some of them do. And so I know the ones that use the blueberry compote, they don't use syrup on their pancakes. They just use the blueberry compote. However, when I do mine, I like the blueberry compote and just a little bit of syrup, but it's whatever you prefer. So with the fresh blueberries though, if you get the blueberries and they're already pretty sweet, you don't have to add in the powdered sugar if you don't want to, because they're already going to have, they're not going to be tart like the ones that come out of that are in the freezer section. But Let me get back to my pancakes, y'all, so they don't burn. So I'm almost finished cooking my pancakes. So on average, I make anywhere between 40 to 50 pancakes. The smaller ones usually only eat 2. The older kids eat between 3 or 4. So I'm making about 40 to 50 pancakes, and we usually always have leftover pancakes. There's never a time that I make pancakes there's not leftover. So what I like to do, you all, is I like to put a little bit of blueberry compote, and then I like to sprinkle it with powdered sugar. And if they want to add syrup to it, they can. If not, they can eat it just like this. But this is how I like to do it for them. Look at old Bud. Good morning.
Good morning.
Are your pancakes good?
Yes.
Wow, Sophia, you pretty much finished yours. Was it good? Yeah, you want some orange juice? Okay. Yeah, everybody's... Of course you can get orange juice. Was it good, Noel? Your pancakes with the blueberry was good? Do you want to say hi? Hi. So the kids are finished eating breakfast, and we got a couple of them doing their homeschooling. I got a couple upstairs on the computer, and then there's 3 more that usually come down here and start their work. So they'll be down here a little bit later. But as for right now, Caleb's doing a video chat with his classroom. So this is the first time that Caleb has seen his class in about 2 weeks. It's the first time he's seen everybody in his class for 2 weeks now. So he's pretty excited about that. So I am going to close it out right here so that I can do my mommy stuff and help my kiddos with their schoolwork. But you guys have a blessed day. Keep praying. Keep standing on the word of God. And remember, you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and everything else the word of God says you are. I love you guys. Be blessed. Bye.